So now that we're getting slightly closer to platinum, I think we're going to start trying a little bit more. Since we're still in gold though, if the game throws us something kind of fun or a little bit risky, I'll take it. But yeah, let's just see what the game throws at us once again. Portals, Golden Prelude, Artifact Anvil, Training Dummy. I actually don't like any of these. I mean, Golden Prelude's just very boring. Training Dummy is also kind of boring. Artifact Anvil is like kind of the unbalanced portal. So I'll just let the lobby decide. Actually, don't want to vote for any of these. So it looks like no Artifact Anvil, which I'm actually quite happy about. You are a target dummy, SMH. Yeah. I mean, target dummy becomes better when you have crash test dummies. Actually, the augment becomes stronger because the crash test dummy, like it also works for this training dummy as well. Just in case you didn't know that. It's also nice to see some people talking in TFT. In most games I play, everybody's completely silent. So anyway, right away I see we get offered an Annie headliner with Spellweaver. And because we hit Echo, who's also a Spellweaver, I'm going to take this and play it on my board. Usually when you take headliners, you want to take it if you get the guaranteed like synergy for it. In this case, it's 2 Spellweaver. You don't have to do that. Like, I just like to do it because it's a lot safer to do. If you play more games, you'll understand. Now, as for here, I'm not going to go for 3-star Annie, but we'll just use her to push tempo. We'll just play generic frontliners, maybe another backline carry, till we can get more ideas on what our direction is going to be. So far, based on our item, we have a Giant Slayer. Let's see what our next component is, and figure out what we're going to do for this game. So this is looking like more of AD items. Let's see if our augments can change anything. Alright, so, augments. Freaky Friday, this is really just if you play melee champions. We're probably not going to play around that, so I'm going to reroll Freaky Friday. Final Ascension is a fine augment, I just don't like it on 2-1. Radiant Relics is pretty good here. Pandora's items is also pretty good. Since we get a Radiant item here, let's reroll Radiant Relics. And we get Cybernetic Bulk. Pretty boring, so let's just take Pandora's items 3. See what we get. Radiant TG. So we basically got roll the dice, but Pandora's items for free as well. We're gonna play this on Echo because he's our strongest unit. Sell, level, play Gragas. And yeah, we have frontline, and he's going to ramp up. I would say our board's like fairly decent, but very strong, especially with this Echo with this TG here. One big thing about Pandora's items 3, the Radiant Pandora's items, is you don't want to roll for your specific item for too many rounds. So like in the early game, I think it's fine. But when you're, yeah. If you're keeping your Radiant item on your bench forever, and you're just refusing to slam an item, you're not making use of this Pandora's items. Like, you're down a Radiant item, so I would not recommend doing that. Let's also clear this here. Anyway, we're gonna play this 2 true damage here, just to give Echo his blink bonus. And here as well, I'm going to slam red buff, because red buff is a very good flexible item. And I think I'm also gonna tier this Annie, so I can make something like a Shojin. But I'm not sure yet. Still deciding. So since we have Pandora's items, we can just be pretty flexible with our items now. I'll probably just let this tier reroll, now that I think about it. But yeah, we have a pretty strong frontliner with a good backliner here, so winning fights shouldn't be that much of a problem. 2 Heart Steel. That's actually pretty funny. Let's replace this. Don't need Cassante anymore. Gonna sell this. Just make 10. This rod here. What I'm thinking of is probably Sentinel Ahri. Seems like a pretty good comp to me. Let's just quickly scout everyone else. So we have a Sentinel with new recruits. 4 rapid fire, probably Punk with prismatic tickets. Looks like Radiant Relics with Radiant Guardbreaker. Spoils of War, Country. 2 Bruiser, starter kits. Looks like their forecast is Thresh. Buried Treasures, the guy we just beat. And Buried Treasures. Yeah, this could definitely be a Sentinel Ahri game. Especially with this Radiant TG, we could just play this this Echo on our board for the whole game. Stabilize off a 2-star. It's pretty simple actually, so yeah, don't see why not. So for item here, since we have Pandora's items, doesn't really matter. We'll just take the highest cost units, whatever's available to us. So if you're wondering what the Sentinel Ahri comp looks like, here it is again. It's Cassante. Basically just play the Sentinel units that you play Ahri Spellweavers. So it's like this. Highest cost units. I actually kind of wanted the Vex to play another backliner, but it doesn't really matter. Sante, 2-star, put that in. More frontline. Yeah, we're just gonna chill now. So the Sentinel comp is something like this. Seraphine. You ideally want 2 Sentinel Blitzcrank or 2 Spellweaver Ahri. And then you just play around Spellweavers, Sentinel units. You just mix your board, whatever you hit, something like this. The reason why the comp is so strong is just because Ahri has really good single target damage, and the Sentinel units are just extremely tanky. So basically, it's very hard to take down. It's also kind of a fairly cheap board because you could just play 1-cost Sentinels and it's actually quite strong. And when you have an AP item holder like Annie here, it's actually quite easy to transition into. Now, a thing I want to talk about is Ahri itemization. So the thing with her is you actually don't want JG on her or like Death Cap or anything like that. The items you want are an attack speed item, so this could be Nashor's Tooth, Rage Blade, Red Buff, whatever. Then here, you want to put Gunblade on her to keep the Sentinel units alive. Then here, Radiant TG. Kind of weird items. AD Echo. So third item here is definitely going to be blue buff, which won't be a problem because we have Pandora's items. %133% AD Echo. Now the reason why red buff is so good on Ahri or attack speed up is because she casts faster with blue buff, so she just basically keeps on spamming her ability, which makes it a little bit unfair for the people, for the opponents. So our next in is going to be a Sentinel unit, and once we play that, our front line will be pretty close to indestructible, at least until stage 4. Tier. Maybe we'll natural another tier. Chain. Normally I would make frontline item here, but we'll just reroll our items. So it looks like we hit it. Gonna wait 1 turn, then level. These are also pretty insane echo items. 1200 shield. So our backline items are done. Now you just want to focus on frontline items. So Blitz's best items are Crowd Guard, Spark, Steadfast Heart, just any frontline item. In this comp, you also probably just want to make a random Sunfire Cape. Anti-heal, but since we have red buff, we don't need Sunfire anymore. So we're gonna win this fight just because it's Aphelios. No damage in, he's playing Heartsteel. He's gonna get stuck on this Echo Infinite Shield. So when you're building Ahri, you do not want to put JG on her. Like it's a fine item, like if you don't have a choice, but her best slot is something like this. Blue buff, X deck, and then an attack speed item. Gonna hold on to the Lilia. So let's see, augments here. Three's a crowd, return on investment, cybernetic bulk. Definitely not three's a crowd. We could take salvage bid just for extra items. Return on investment, no, don't need that. Martyr is actually not bad. You want to keep your sentinels alive. Cybernetic bulk is okay, keeps your front line higher. I think I'm just gonna take salvage bid because in this comp you actually want to itemize just a bunch of your random units. And since we also have Pandora's items, we could just abuse this augment a little bit. So let's do that. I accidentally pumped one extra because I'm stupid, but whatever. Pay no attention to it. So here I'm gonna slam Spark. Gonna put it on Cannon because I don't really care about him. Sell him for later. And we'll just let these items roll. Also, it doesn't really matter I pumped one extra because I wouldn't be able to make 50 gold anyway. So that's a good way to put it. Also gonna turn this on. Normally you would want to put the Spark on the Echo, but we put the Radiant TG on him. So we'll just keep it like that. So we hit true damage. Very good here. If we hit 2-star Echo, our board is just completely insane until stage 4. So yeah, let's just hope and see. Gonna put this rod on him. We're gonna make what do you call it? Crown Guard here. Crown Guard, Spark, and then Steadfast Heart. I think that's Blitz's bestest slot for this comp. Gonna put Kisante on the outside, let him tank a little bit more. Not really scouting because I don't really care. Like if I lose the fight, I lose the fight. I'll start scouting a little more seriously once I'm in Platinum. This is where gold. I'll just scout, but not too much. This is also full attack speed Echo. 1.66. So we still haven't lost a single fight yet. That's just because our Annie keeps our Sentinel units alive. There's no backline access. She just ramps up and destroys the fight. So once again, the plan here is to take the most expensive unit because we have Pandora's items. Doesn't really matter. Take the 4-cost unit, if possible. So it looks like taking a Kali here, which is actually perfect because we actually need the chain for the Crown Guard. I think the reason why this comp is so good is because it doesn't matter which headliner you hit. You hit Blitz or Ahri, it doesn't really matter. I think they're both really good. I'm gonna sell this. Pump. We could level up and play 3 KDA if we want. Or sorry, not 3 KDA, 5 Spellweaver. But I think I'm just gonna keep it like this for right now. The main point of this comp is you want your Sentinel units to stay alive. And your carry will just keep healing them up. That's the whole point of it. So if your front line falls apart, this comp falls apart. So it's a 2-star Echo, very scary. We lose this fight. Not a big deal though, because we've basically been streaking all game, so we'll be able to maintain our econ still. Gonna level. So we could drop down to 2 Sentinel. And I think it's fine to do that because we actually have this Spellweaver and this Training Dummy in. Could also do this, which is what I think is better. Like, it's okay if we lose the bling bonus. We have 5 Spellweaver in. So let's just make these items on Mordekaiser instead. We could just find more Kaiser later, move it over to Blitz. This is good for Steadfast Art. Now we just need a chain. So the Spellweaver Ahri comp is very good when you get item augments because you want to itemize a bunch of units. I think the best are other comps that like to use a lot of items are Samira Country, like Big Shot Ezreal. I mean, all comps like to use more items, but this comp is specifically very good with more items because you have Spellweavers that can use items, so you just put the items on the empty slots. So we just need one chain, and then like we're basically done with our items. After that, we could just do whatever. Two-star Lulu. Could also build like more AP items, but I think what you want to focus on is tank items, because once again you want to keep your front line alive. This comp becomes even better with like a training dummy like this, so kind of why I wanted to play this comp, but also because I hit this Headliner Annie in the beginning. Gonna transition over to Headliner Blitz or Headliner Ahri. This guy's playing Country because he hit Thresh on his starter kit. Makes sense. So like if you were to force Country in any specific circumstance, it would be here, because you're getting a guaranteed 2-star Thresh. But if you don't have a spot for Country, don't play it. So final augments, Magic Wand, Know Your Enemy, Gifts of the Fallen. Actually, I think Gifts is actually very good here. Know Your Enemies also. These are all very good options. Because we're playing Spellweaver though, I don't think we need Magic Wand. We also have Pandora's items, so we don't really need the Rod. Let's reroll this one, see what it is. Sport Cache is also okay. Gifts of the Fallen seems really good here, especially with this target dummy. Reroll. Yeah, let's just take Gifts. Gift seems very, very good to me here. I'm gonna pump. I think I'm just gonna make TG here. Seems quite good to me. I mean, these are not good TG items, but it's still TG. Gonna sell this, don't need it. So we'll roll for it on 4-5. See what we hit. Looks like this person's also trying to play KDA. So let's try to get our board as soon as possible. Also, if you saw here, this person hit Crush Test Dummies, which is actually stronger when you have the Training Dummy portal. One more turn and then we'll level. Quickly scout. KDA. KDA. It looks like this person's going for the same comp as us. Looks pretty okay. If we don't hit, we could just play another comp. But highly confident we'll hit. We have a lot of gold. So they hit the Headliner Blitz. Augments are quite similar to ours. It's probably going to be hard to hit the Blitz here, but we'll see what we can do. So item here. Ideally, this Vex here. Actually gonna directly go for the item. If it gets taken, we'll just take the highest cost unit. Okay, cool, we get chain. We're gonna make a Steadfast Art. Next turn, sell the Annie Headliner, roll all our gold. Try to hit the board. If we don't hit, we'll just play like cart this or something. Disco, TF, EDM Lux. I would take that, but we're not playing Lux. Do hit Ezreal. We do have Pandora's items. So I'm actually gonna take this because we are contested with we are contested with what do you call it? The Ahri comp, so we're just gonna play Ezreal instead. So we're just gonna pivot here. We're just gonna play Big Shot Ezreal instead. Our whole game plan was revolving around playing around Ahri, but we'll just pivot. We're gonna lose this turn because our board was kind of weird. Fix our board next turn. So let's quickly see what we can do here. Sell, sell, play you. Sell this. So something like this. Red buff. Actually don't need to play this Orchid. Could play 4 Big Shot though, but I'd rather play Jhin on my board. Not a Corki, so just do something like this. That is a scary Samira. I think our front line's decent enough to not tank too much damage this round. In fact, I actually think we win this fight. Sent this person to 8th place. Rest in peace. So I'm thinking of dropping down to 2 Sentinel. So we'll just play this Blitz. We could change his items here because we're not playing AP anymore, so we're just gonna make this. Let this reroll. Then we'll know what to hit next turn. I'm gonna roll for Thresh. So Blitz, Echo, Thresh, York is gonna be our front line. We also do get a duplicator, which is pretty good. We start York maybe. Not a single Thresh. Somebody does have a starter kit. Okay, this is just as good. This will be our front line. We'll just make a Subfire randomly. And Miss Fortune can have Last Whisper. Probably should have Nico'd this Yorick here. Sell, 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 sell. So our comp is really good now. Strong front line, Ezreal carry. If we fight Jhin, we'll play 4 Big Shots. Close fight. So this is a pretty good example of how to pivot a comp when someone's contesting you. If you're playing blue buff, someone contests Ahri, you could play Ezreal. It's quite good actually. I'm gonna drop this Lulu for something else once we find it. But keep rolling. No luck. Could play this instead for 2 Guardian. Seems pretty good. Just gonna Nico this. TG, the Lowy. Whatever. This is probably at least a top 4. I don't think we're gonna go first place with this board, but you never know. I will not try to go level 9 until I hit like 2-star Blitz at least. So it's all about whether I hit or not. But it's important to not roll below 10 gold here. Because if I roll below 10 gold, then there's the chance of me going level 9 goes to 0%. Do hit Jhin here, also hit this. So I think we're gonna drop here. Probably Jazz. Off carousel, we'll just go for Yorick items. Yeah, this seems pretty good to me. Gonna econ 1 turn, then roll for Blitz 2. This person's trying to go level 9. I'm pretty sure they just win, like they beat us later. But this is good enough to go at least top 4 here. Sometimes you just, you have to take your top 4, get out. We do have a Yorick 2 though, so like that could probably stabilize us to level 9. We'll see. So we are streaking again. Carousel item. Another BT. Or Yorick. Could also take Giant Slayer. Maybe another BT. Sounds pretty good to me. This Jazz emblem's actually fine as well. Like 2 Jazz is actually not bad on my board. Or actually maybe it is, because never mind. It is bad. Don't listen to me. Double BT. So we're gonna roll for Blitz 2 here. No luck. We play Kiana instead of this Alawi. Gonna do that. We're gonna position like this. No Blitz 2, unfortunately. Maybe Kiana could give us more items. Looks like there's another Ahri player. There's 2 Ahri players. Yeah, 2 of them. So yeah, sometimes you have to pivot. And when you pivot, you have to accept that you can't play your comp, play something else. So a good out is Ezreal, if you're trying to play Ahri. So you could use the same items, pretty much. So scout real quick. 1 Blitz out of the pool. 3, 4, 6, 7. Okay, maybe I shouldn't have rolled for Blitz, because the chance of me hitting it's very low here. Gonna position Kiana, maybe trying to farm a component. Put her opposite side of the carry so she's more likely to survive longer. I feel like this Aphelios isn't scary anymore just because we have more units on our board. We'll see. We also have gifts, so might give us enough time. Yeah, we're fine. Kind of a close fight though, but still not enough. So it's now just fighting 2 Ahri players. Both of them are level 9, they're 0 gold. I actually feel like this could be a first place. This person's also going for 3-star Ahri. Just impossible to hit. Or they could still hit it, but it's very difficult. If they get dropped in duplicator, they could still hit 3-star Ahri, so we'll just have to hope that doesn't happen. I guess it is go level 9 here, because there's no point in trying to roll for Blitz. Too many of them are taken out of the pool. So our next in is probably just like a Jazz unit. Or a frontline unit. I like Giant Slayer here on Yorick. Because he's already doing a decent amount of damage, so boosting it up a little bit more could be a little helpful. This Kiana's gonna push items off this Thresh too. Very good for us. Hopefully our front line's good enough to go sport, so looks like it. Ahri players are fighting each other. The guy with new recruit loses. Interesting. I could also just play a Mosher on my board as well. Don't really care which unit I play, so I'm just gonna level now. Okay, we hit Jazz. Yeah, this is just our board. I mean, there's nothing else to really play. Just rolling for upgrades now. In a position like this. Actually, no, last round I was fine to do this. Exact same board. I don't think they moved their units. Their board is very strong though because they have gifts and trading W's, so I am a little bit scared. But we do have a 2-star York with 3 items. So maybe it's not that bad. We also have gifts as well. Okay, looks like we're fine. Our ghost beat the other person. Alright, so this is actually just like a first place. There's a blitz. Don't care about Lucian, he has no items. Nope. We're just gonna donkey roll every turn, there's no point in econing. Game's almost over. So yeah, these two have like very similar boards. Don't know why this guy's still playing Cassante though. But I don't know. Normally I wouldn't corner my carry here, but Ezreal, he teleports away, so I think it's okay. Also, the first unit apparently was Kiana. It's kind of weird. Yeah, Gifts is really good at a comp like this, because you just gain so much value out of it. So this person survived. Top 2 at least. Let's see if we could beat the other person. So here we could just take more mugs. More frontline. Put it on this Thresh. 2-star Jhin with no items. If we find Miss Fortune, we'll replace it. Give the item to Jhin. That's a Thresh. Kinda want to keep that. Gonna pretend to position on this side here. Gonna use Kiana to push the items off. She does have QS too, so it's good. Guaranteed to cast. With this Warmugs, I'm pretty sure Thresh is guaranteed to cast now as well. So good, pushing Valor Warmugs to our team. I think our front line is stronger, so we're just gonna win. Because we have very similar teams. Yeah, our front line is just stronger. Alright, one more fight. We'll see. I'm not gonna lock, because I don't have the gold. Okay, Miss Fortune, we sell this. That is a 2-star Kiana. Just gonna lock here. Lost Whisper. Insane echo items. Like he gets so much of a shield and he also takes less damage. Not gonna move our units again. So if all goes well, this fight is the first place. This fight's looking a little worse. Okay, it's not over yet. Maybe 2-star Kiana and another Jhin item changes the fight. Our problem is, I think because they hit 2-star Alawi, that was kind of a major problem. but we're also gonna hit 2-star Kiana this turn. So next fight is probably just Fire RNG. We'll see. We also have 2-star Sona on the board, 3 test dummies. Okay, we're actually gonna play this instead of Lucian, because we just want as much frontline as possible. Guardbreaker. Blitz 2, maybe? No, Blitz 2. So yeah, we're just gonna have Kiana push the items off to our team again. Last fight was probably just already diff. We also do roll this Radiant Morella, which is actually very good. Echo's gonna play a lot of anti-heal. A lot of true damage as well. That Ezreal ult was huge. Oh, GG. So they hit Alawi 2. That's why they won the fight. Their augments were also really insane, so close game. GG. So yeah, that's a pretty standard game. Like a good example of what to do when you're being contested. This game I was actually double contested. There were 2 Ahri players here. So when you don't know what to do, you can play something like Ezreal. He uses very similar items. I did not expect myself to second place this game. I was expecting it to be maybe 4th place, but looks like it was the 2nd place.